I spent so much time working. I didn't get to do a lot of the things I wanted to do. I spent this year trying to fix my hifz of the Quran. I managed to do like 17 ajza so far. 2023 was really bad. There was a lot of problems. Just constantly working, driving me insane.
The secret ingredient to money and finances is taqwa.
You are born into responsibilities that you didn't choose.
You don't have a choice.
Are there difficult conversations that you're avoiding having with yourself?
I just said, Ya Allah, I just need help. Too much of a coward to fix this one. I want to build a lobby of powerful Muslim.
I'll let the people know I don't have money for it.
Every Muslim should have 4 goals every year. Health, wealth, relationships, deen. Not one time in 40 years did I see the back of a man in the salah. Do you know how insane that is? When people are talking about leisure, I don't really know what that means anymore.
What's the last year look like for you?
Sad. I'm joking.
What did Ibn Qayyim say?
The tongue is like a spoon. It scoops up that which is inside the heart.
Before we begin, I have a question for you. Are you tired of being the richest person in the room? Fed up of being around either broke Muslims or disbelievers who are wealthy? Well, if that's the case, then let me introduce you to the Muslim Wealth Syndicate. It's our ultra exclusive high value network for 7 to 9 figure Muslim entrepreneurs. Just over the last few months, our members have brokered deals over $10 million plus in counting. This is where you'll find global CEOs, 9-figure entrepreneurs, tech founders, influencers that are 7-figure entrepreneurs online, students of knowledge, and so much more that are coming together to do business, support each other, and also to serve the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, we have a very rigorous selection process. In fact, we let less than 1.8% of the applications to the network actually go through. And it's because of that vigorous process that we can boast the caliber of people that we have. For example, we have a brother who's been on Forbes 30 under 30. We have a brother who's got over $100 million invested in real estate, 100% riba free. And for that reason, we're very, very picky about the type of people that we let in. So at this point, you're probably thinking, how can I secure my place? And I have some terrible news for you. And that is that you cannot just secure your place like that. The only way to get in is either through an invitation by me personally or a referral by someone who's already amongst our ranks, inshallah ta'ala. Now, for those of you that are watching that are like, wait, this doesn't apply to me at all, I'm not even making 7 figures a year, we have something for you to help train you and coach you to get to those type of numbers. And that is our Righteous and Rich Skills Academy. We're currently running a 7-day free trial, which you can access from the link below. And hopefully on the back of that, you can get to that 7-figure mark and hopefully one day get the attention of someone who's in the Muslim Wealth Syndicate who can give you that referral. With that said, let's get back to the podcast. Assalamu alaikum.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Brothers and sisters, welcome back to another episode of Chai with my Bhai. Today we have the OG panel. We have Abbas and Saad and Imran. Abbas and Saad, give salam.
After you.
You please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It's been a long time, but I'm happy to be back.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm making a WWE return. You know, like this is my walkout.
Do you remember the first episode when you came to Chai with my Bhai? Do you remember the first episode? Was it the rise of a new Chai?
That's what it is. Yeah.
It
was the rise of a new
I don't remember
Bhai.
what we spoke about though. Do you guys remember that?
Women.
Probably women, yeah.
Was that in your parents'
What a
front room?
Yeah.
No, he was in some of the early ones.
Yeah, the rise of a new Bhai. He was in the first episode of season 2.
Yeah.
And season 2 was at your parents?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I have to go back and...
Season 2 is where we started having Goulet jump in. We had, we did the weird...
Strides on that episode, that first time.
Yeah, Strides was in the first season, yeah.
How long has it been since you last were on an episode of Chai with my Bhai?
I don't know. I remember I was dishonorably discharged.
Dishonorably discharged? 1 second, let's peel back the layers here. What's going on?
I'm playing. I'm just saying,
You're not
obviously... No, I'm fine. I'm just saying...
We spoke about
I'm just saying, you guys changed the direction
Wait,
of
what
the
did
show.
you guys think? What did you guys talk about?
We both got discharged.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
What was it? But was it honorably or dishonorably?
No, once again, we terminated the show.
Yeah, as in the show ended, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think it's been a year.
It's been about a year.
Is this the first episode?
No,
Because
way.
the last episode was just after Ramadan and then we said discontinued.
That's mad.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. It's been a while.
I learned, bro, this podcast can't be killed, man. It's too...
Everything else died. This one came.
This one's the only one. And
Wow,
bro,
you're right, actually.
We almost killed it 5-6 times.
So Abbas, it's been a year.
I feel like a lesson has been learned
I
there,
think
right?
the word we should be taken away from this.
We.
Yeah.
Me and Abbas.
Whoa,
I think,
we're unpacking stuff, bro.
I mean, no, ultimately you agree.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Abbas, it's been a year.
Yeah.
What's changed in your life in the last year?
So many things,
Go
man.
on.
Damn, I don't know how personal you want me to get those.
As personal as you feel comfortable telling us.
I don't know. You mentioned it on the show the other day. Otherwise, I wasn't going to talk about it. I was not going to talk about Cinematch and etc. Imran is no longer part of the company. Yeah.
As in, he was dishonorably discharged.
No. Stuff a lot. No. He was offered a buyout and he took it. And
it was a takeover.
Yeah,
it was a takeover.
That's it. That's like that's the biggest update, like business wise or projects wise. But I mean,
forced.
No.
No, it's because you made 1 second. It's because you made me a deal I couldn't refuse.
There you go. Yeah. See, I'm gonna make an offer you can't refuse. Yeah, like that. Right.
So you are now the majority stakeholder.
Yes. I'm in contact with the last brother as well. It's funny. I actually leveraged my deal with you to strike a deal with him as well. Before it was even closed, like before, I think it was the night that you were like making your decision, and he came here to Dubai. He was in Abu Dhabi, came into UAE, and I made it seem like I was just there. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm in the area, and I'm not far.
Oh, so
little did you know, I made the whole drive across to get this closed, and he was like, yeah, we spoke about it, and he was happy to take it. So I'm still working out with him, but inshallah, hopefully, I think by the end of Q2 this year, I'll be the solo now, yeah, inshallah.
Speaking of Abu Dhabi, you also launched a Hijrah community.
I have a Hijrah community. It's called Hijrah Nation.
Is that still active, yeah?
It's still active. People are in the group chat and stuff. It's nice. It's just not as, it's not as big as I thought it would be. But yeah, it's good. I like how it's going right now. Well, I'm doing link ups this year, inshallah. So when people come down, whenever they're like available or whatever.
And you guys that will qualify for our network?
Maybe.
7 to 9 figure guys?
I don't really qualify them or talk to them about their personal situation. So I'm not really sure. But when we have enough people, I think when I have 20 people in the UAE at one time, that's when I'll set up.
Solid.
Yeah.
What about other personal life goals, ambitions? Have you achieved any milestones?
Many, bro, I wasn't expecting.
Has it been a productive year?
It has been, alhamdulillah. Yeah, it's been definitely way more than the year before.
So why?
More. I just take everything really seriously now. That's a good place to say.
So you say you had a mindset shift?
Yeah, as in before it was like, okay, just hear me out on this. Yeah, all I want is to be heard out.
Go on. This is your therapy, don't
There's a certain, when you start working and you make it like past your basic needs, that's a really nice landing place to be like, I'm good here. Everything's fine. I don't have to work that hard anymore. Everything's fine, my bills getting paid, and I'm not like struggling to survive. But that's not a reason to not work hard anymore. Does that make sense? And I think that happened to me the year before. But now this past year, I realized that I have to turn.
So you took your foot off the gas for a year, but now it's back to pedal to the.
Now I'm just constant grind mode. It's actually really overwhelming.
So saying you weren't working hard last year?
I wasn't working as hard as I could have been.
But you gave the impression that you were.
No, I was hard working in different avenues, but it's like now I'm way more focused. I
address this issue because you really
overall productivity is
you gave the impression that you were
I was, but not as hard as the previous years because I felt like in the past I was focused more on survival.
I can relate to that to some degree as well.
Bro, you can relate to that to the nth degree.
That's what I'm saying.
That is you. Like it's the most jarring thing, bro. When a guy only works because
bills have to get paid.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I can't, I haven't done that in the last year, alhamdulillah. So it's good. Things are going up. And it's probably even more so now than before. Now it's like just all about work.
Awesome.
And to be honest, I'm quite happy with that. There's a lot of people I've met who they're looking for work-life balance. And I understand what that means, right? You want to make sure the rights that you have to fulfill are being fulfilled. That's what I understand to be work-life balance. But when people are talking about leisure, I don't really know what that means anymore, bro.
What's leisure?
There you go. Yeah, I think you can relate.
By the way, this podcast is a Ramadan podcast. This is the first.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
we'll bring it back to the topic in a second. My bad.
Genuinely curious, what's leisure?
As in people have extracurricular hobbies.
Leisure.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
You can say leisure as well.
I didn't know there was. Yeah.
No, some people say leisure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this, I don't really know.
Right, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
If you do stuff for the sake of doing stuff, I don't really know what that is.
Saad, what about you? What's the last year looked like for you?
The last year. Sad. I'm joking. Sorry.
There's no truth in that, to be honest.
What did Ibn Qayyim say? The tongue is like a spoon. It scoops up that which is inside the heart.
I was going to make a joke and I thought, no, to be honest, 20.
So you lied?
20, huh?
Huh?
I said I was
Huh?
going to make a joke. I was going to make a joke.
So you said it was sad. It was
There
true.
were portions.
Oh,
There were
portions.
portions.
Talk to us, man. What's
Yeah.
going on?
No, but alhamdulillah, actually, to be honest, 2024 was a really nice year for me. It was actually really good. Because considering 2023 was terrible. I mean...
What was it about 2024 that made it better? What did you achieve?
Okay.
Really, because 2024 seems so stressful. I don't even remember 23.
No, you don't understand. 2023 was really bad. There was a lot of problems.
We went to Pakistan.
When we came back from Pakistan,
Umrah.
so many things happened. I don't know, bro. You know, with all my financial stuff, my Stripe getting blocked and this, that, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. My last year actually really good. And I'll just mention this for the sake of the discussion, right? But in 2023, I was actually, I spent so much time working hard and not working smart that I felt like a lot of my time was just getting wasted and I didn't get to do a lot of the things I wanted to do. So I spent last year, trying to fix my hifz of the Quran. And I actually managed to get a lot done. So just and from the angle of discussion, how much have you done so far?
Unfortunately, I haven't made much progress.
So
Shame to say.
I managed to do like altogether like 17 ajza so far.
Allah
So,
Barik.
I think I beat you, right?
Yeah, by one.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. So it was really
From the
good.
front or the back?
15 from the Nisf al-Quran and then ajza from Baqarah.
So you are on front?
No, Surah Maryam.
Surah Maryam, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I just finished
Kaf
with
is off.
Maryam.
Allah Barik.
Yeah. So it's been really good, to be honest. It's been really good. And to be honest, I really need the whole Quran stuff because I feel like it's just constantly working, driving me insane.
So is it working, you're referring to Arabic code?
Yeah, just, because with Arabic code, even when I started it, I didn't start it from a
Yes, how
business
you
perspective.
dividing time. Out of curiosity.
As you can see, when you say to me that, bro, what are you doing with your time? I mean, I'm doing something, but just not,
How many hours a day?
at least like 4.
He sounds angry.
Allah Barik. No, as in I'm trying to...
No, but you know what it is?
a lot.
Wallahi, to be honest, mentally was really getting to me also because my daughter's catching up as well.
Allah Barik.
So for me, it's like, I got to get there before she gets there. And
Allah Barik.
yeah, just, you know how it is, okay, when you don't read the Quran enough and you take a whole year of just like running around business, watching action movies, all this kind of stuff, your brain goes, you need something. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
And what about Arabic code? Where's Arabic code now?
Arabic
In the
code
last
is in
year,
the,
what progress is
Arabic
Arabic
code as a product is in the best position that's ever been. As a business, it's on the rise. So
better.
it's still taking off. It's still, getting things done straight.
MashaAllah.
But as a product, it's in the best position
You
that's
just
ever
walked
been.
in front of the camera. That's terrible, bro.
And he's walked in front of
Yeah, 2
Yeah.
cameras.
You might as well get the hat trick.
No, that's...
You want to come sit on the table.
You have to put down.
Can we just beep out the 17, yeah?
No.
You can beep that out.
No.
We can. I mean, no?
No.
So how's it going with your students? I'm so sorry. How's it going with the students? Like,
It's so last 2 weeks I've been very sick, so I didn't really do a lot of my one-to-one sessions that I do with the students. It's one of the things I do, by the way. People that join the program, they also get a one-to-one mentorship with me for an entire 3 months. So I kind of just ensure and make sure that they're really learning, they're progressing, they're doing all the right steps. So
Does that help in comparison to like how...
Oh, bro, completely different. Like one of the brothers, I had a session with him yesterday. So he already had some sort of like basic, studies in the Arabic language, but he just couldn't direct it to, Quran and, reading books or anything like that. But he's got everything there. He just doesn't know how to utilize it. So he's never attempted to read. So what I've been doing with him is every week we read, and we were doing, Al-Qira'at wa Rashida, and then, books like that. And then yesterday we started Tafsir al-Mukhtasar. And he was blown away the fact that he could read and understand.
Wow.
And I was like, bro, that's it. Step by step, as the weeks go by, the more you read, the more you study, the more you speak, the better you get at this thing. So,
link below, guys. At the link below. Arabic code you can apply.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And just in time for Ramadan as well.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is already
This is
Ramadan by the
Ramadan.
time it's out.
Exactly, even better. Last but not least,
Yes,
we already
brother.
know what you've been on because you've been talking about it in the podcast.
Mm.
Let's bring it to Ramadan. What are you currently doing to prepare for Ramadan?
So this year, alhamdulillah, I'm really going to be focusing on Ramadan with Allah Azza wa Jalla permission on creating a entrepreneurial environment for the brothers in our network, 7 to 9 figure brothers, mashallah, tabarakallah.
Brother Imran, you're focusing on the dunya
Yeah, no,
during Ramadan.
no, exactly. Ramadan is actually a time you can make a lot of money, right?
Just what it was there for.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
as in-
listen, I'm about to explain. But it's a but the money is not going to be the foundational thing. It's going to be a byproduct of something that's greater,
Okay.
which is good deeds, earning paradise. The secret ingredient to money and finances is taqwa. Right?
How?
Allah says, وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَل لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, whoever fears Allah, i.e. taqwa, Allah will provide from him from places that he never ever imagined.
Okay.
Ever imagined, right? And Ramadan, we were prescribed to fast. Why? Allah said, كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Fasting has been prescribed for you like it was on those before you, so that you can fear Allah, i.e. taqwa. So the objective of fasting is taqwa, and the thing that's going to help you, what?
Increase your risk.
Increase your rizq is taqwa. And what's actually shocking is that when you look at the Quran, at the end of all of the ayat of fasting, what's the first thing Allah talks to you about?
At the end of all the ayat of fasting, what's the first thing that Allah talks to you about?
لا تأكلوا أموالكم بالباطل. Don't eat each other's wealth in terms of falsehood. And then Allah Azza wa Jal, you know, after is more ayat connected to money. Like it's immediately connected to money.
Okay.
Do you understand? It's immediately connected to money. I.e., once you have fasted, now you're in a position to eat halal. Like you shouldn't be making wealth in a way that's haram, right? And there's more to it. There's a very detailed video that's on my channel. And if it's out at the time this video is out, it should be out actually. You should click the link here where I went through in detail, like how an entrepreneur can maximize Ramadan so that he makes more money, right? But here's the thing, right? The maximization of the money is not the goal. It's a byproduct of complete servitude and worship and submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the strengthening of your iman through the increase into your connection with the Quran, and, you know, fasting and this, that, and the other. So yeah, man, it's about allowing these entrepreneurs and showing these entrepreneurs actually how Ramadan is not something that's just, for the like really super practicing guys. But if you are a practicing person, so if you're a businessman, you should be making the most use of Ramadan. Like Bill Gates, what does he do? Every year for 2 weeks, he goes away, right? Into a cabin or a private, cabin or accommodation that he has somewhere secluded. And that's where he focuses on life and planning things and basically recharging for the next of the year. Allah just gave us 30 days, right? Not just to plan and recharge for the sake of business. No, it's the foundation is iman, taqwa, jannah, paradise, ibadah, right? But a byproduct of that is, one of the rewards of that is, you're going to get so much like rizq, inshallah, and barakah. Like, you're going to get so much from places that you never, ever, ever, ever imagined. So entrepreneurs should really be capitalizing off that time.
Is everyone here planning to be here in the UAE for Ramadan?
Yeah.
Not going to Japan online?
But I can't just add, by the way, that's the case with almost every act of every one of the 5 pillars.
Are we getting Umrah in Ramadan?
Yeah, of course we are. Inshallah.
When are you lot going?
Probably like the 19th night or the 18th night. Yeah, there you go. But you're going to go family.
Yeah, I'm
your
taking my mum.
family, man. Oh,
It's going to be the first time.
my
Yeah.
Whoa.
I tried to mock me, bro.
My bad.
Subhanallah, you got to take that back,
Serious.
bro.
go, your mum.
It's going to be the first time, bro. She's
Okay,
excited.
I love it. My bad.
She's calling me like every week or so, like, oh yeah, for the Ummah. Like,
You guys want to do
But
it after shoot?
it's cute. Huh?
It's
I
tough.
actually do really
They
want
have that
to.
here.
But
No, in Mecca.
Nah, probably not. No.
The plan is renegade.
No, one
You just
second.
go with a rucksack.
asked,
and
do you
just
want
stick
to?
it.
No, he said, are you?
oh, okay.
No,
Are you going to?
I
Got
don't
the
know.
camera.
I meant both.
Okay, but you said one.
That's right.
You rewind that one, yeah.
Do you want to? I mean, sorry, do you plan to?
Yeah.
Or you're just going to pull up?
Renegade thing.
Yeah.
Just rucksack.
And
it.
sleep in the masjid.
just stay in the haram for 10
Yeah.
days.
Is that allowed? Like,
of
does
course
the
it is.
haram, they allow it?
Yeah.
No.
But I'll
what
do it
you're
on
asking is, do the security come and move you? And the answer is yes.
Yeah. But I'm going to book on the app.
But you're
Yeah, as in,
You can book an app.
as in it's not haram, so they
it
shouldn't
free,
stop
by
you,
the
but they do. They come and move
Yeah.
you.
Oh, you can book it, so it's an official
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
of course. But you just need to get a Saudi sim to do it. I've made Sincere intention to go.
No, wait, I got Saudi SIM on me right now.
Would you go Mecca or would you
Yeah,
go
so
Medina?
Me?
if your
I
intention
would
is
say
that
Mecca.
sincere, maybe it's
Mecca.
time.
Yeah. I would say Mecca,
Yeah, I'm gonna one.
Look, Ramadan, a lot of people think, you know what, to prepare for it, I need to stop eating food, I need to start dieting from early, get used to the no food. But obviously there's other things that we have to stay away from, right? And one of them being the tongue. We have to be very, very careful with how we use our tongues. And it's actually one of the reasons why we're going to talk about this now as well, is we've had a few instances recently where brothers were talking nonsense, right? It's, one brother, mashallah, very, very good brother, he was being said that he was taking money from people and using it to buy houses here and all this nonsense. And another recently on a podcast, stuff was said about him, and it's just like, that it's sneaky behavior, backbiting, and all this
Negative assumptions.
Like you
have an issue with a guy, but then now you talk about him to others
instead of just talking.
And then
to
Chinese
that guy.
whispers amplifies the kalam.
So this is one that we want to talk about, how you can cleanse yourself before Ramadan, during Ramadan, and hopefully it stays like that after Ramadan, right? Because that's something that is unfortunately a plague amongst many. It's like it's just that feminine behavior of just gossiping and
Just a quick question. Did you know that the majority of millionaires are made through real estate? Now, this was crazy to me when I found out, because obviously as a businessman, as an entrepreneur who's trying to make as much money as possible, you'd focus on the thing that's driving people the most amount of results. And there's decades and centuries of proof that real estate helps create millionaires. But then there's one fundamental issue, which is that as a Muslim who's trying to fear Allah Azza wa Jal, not engage in riba and interest, it's very hard to engage in real estate. Because if you don't have that upfront capital to invest, you take a loan, but there's going to be riba, interest, and then no one wants to start a war with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Which is why I believe it's such a blessing that we have people like Brother Sam Amin in our ummah today, who actually took the initiative to create models and infrastructure to help Muslims invest and make millions through real estate without even a single debt, without a penny of riba. Brother Sam Amin has over $100 million of Muslim money invested in real estate, 100% riba free. His investors are Fortune 100 senior executives, and some of the investors that have invested in his projects have become millionaires on the back of the investments they've done with him. And I have personally met some of them with the permission of Allah Azza wa Jal. Currently, there are projects in Medina, the city of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is 100% oversubscribed. Projects in the US, and there are some very exciting projects here in Dubai. The investors are seeing double-digit returns in as short as just 1 year. This is a crazy and ridiculous opportunity. Now, initially, you had to have $100,000 minimum to invest in these real estate projects with Amin Developments. But now, alhamdulillah, an infrastructure has been set up and created for you guys to be able to enter with as little as $50,000. That's right, $50,000, 100%. Put towards a riba-free project with double-digit returns within 1 year. This is a crazy and ridiculous opportunity. So if you guys want to find more information about how you can get involved and more details on the project and see if you qualify and eligible to be part of his investors, click on the link below, fill in the form, and get on a call to one of his team members. With that said, let's get back to the podcast. Assalamu alaikum.
Before you continue, I do want to clarify something about bad assumption, because, and whenever I come on the show, or any show for that matter, I try to remember what it was like to be not practicing, because I wasn't always practicing. So when I became practicing, many things many things became clear to me that I didn't know before. So for example, I didn't know that bad assumption about other Muslims is haram. You're not allowed to think badly about other people. You're not allowed to assume about
what's
them
an example
that they're doing something haram. Like for example, let's say a guy walks in and he smells of cigarettes, right? I can't assume about him that he was smoking, even though the evidence is the way it might seem. Do you get it? I didn't see him with the
thing is,
cigarette.
it's not even what you're saying is evidence, not even evidence.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is that it would lead a person to believe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would lead a person to believe. It's what they call circumstantial evidence, right? And I can't think about him that he was, despite the fact that all of these things are present, I can't put that together.
It's like Ibn Qayyim rahimahullah said, right? So if you see a man with alcohol drenched in his beard, he goes, assume that someone poured it over.
Someone threw it on him, yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
But that's easy on the tongue.
If you see a man giving a woman to a prostitute, assume that he's paying her.
Giving a woman to a prostitute.
If he's giving money to a prostitute, assume that he's paying her so that she doesn't go and doesn't go and sleep with men for money and just goes home tonight.
That's actually mad, because bro, if a man saw you in giving money to a prostitute in this day and age, bro,
you're getting exposed. You're getting exposed, brother.
You know, by the way, I'm not down anymore.
No, that's even worse.
And I've never given money to a prostitute.
I know you haven't.
But you know, one thing that Umar...
Wait, but You could be doing it to help her.
I know, but as a matter of fact, I haven't.
Okay. You could have. Have you been... Do you want to?
Yo, let him
You
go,
plan
bro. Let
to.
him go, bro. Please. Please free the guy, bro.
Listen, Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, he actually said, it's wajib, obligatory, if you can find a positive interpretation for your brother's action, to find a positive interpretation. And I can't lie, man. Look, you said this is something that's connected to Ramadan. Absolutely. Because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man lam yada' qawla zur." Whoever doesn't leave off false speech and acting on upon it, then Allah Azza wa Jal has no need for him to leave off food and drink.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, my God. So the whole point of fasting is not just to fast from food and drink, it's also to fast from sins in general. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's true, whereas if you backbite, your fast will not break.
Yeah.
Technically your fast will be intact, but the reward will be
less.
will be reduced, right? Or even absent. So I really want the brothers who are listening to really take heed of this, man, because this backbiting stuff, the reason I want to talk about it right now in Ramadan is because Ramadan's an opportunity to actually just hammer it. Because even, the whole concept of don't assume negatively, don't backbite, don't spy, it's all in one ayah. And how does the ayah start? Oh, you who believe.
Mm-hmm.
Allah's talking to people who have iman. The stronger your iman is, the greater your response will be, right? To not backbite and to not have negative assumptions. If your iman is low, you're going to backbite, you're going to assume bad, and let's make it clear. The guy who struggles to make a positive interpretation for his brother, his iman is weak. His iman is weak. If the person's iman is high, he'll make a good excuse for his brother.
Right.
But if the iman is weak, he will not make, because the iman is weak. Allah is talking to people of iman. Do you understand? So Ramadan's time to get your iman up, right? And what gets your iman up? Fasting gets your iman up. Salah gets your iman up. The night prayer gets your iman up. Charity gets your iman up. All these things that you do in the month of Ramadan are going to maximize your iman. The reason I'm making a big deal out of this now, if I can just make this point, is because we're building a network here, alhamdulillah, of brothers. And our network is not just a network where there's transactions that are taking place and deals are being brokered, even though that is the case, alhamdulillah. It's not just strategic partnerships and business deals and 7 to 9 figure entrepreneurs that are connecting with each other. No, there's brotherhood, there's loyalty for the sake of Allah, where we help each other.
And you remind each other about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
And the thing that can break the back of that is BITCHINWS.
Yeah.
Ness.
Mm-hmm.
That will break the back of it. Do you understand? Yeah. And what is that? Backbiting, negative assumptions. And that's why we saw the stuff happen in the UK. And it destroyed the da'wah.
Oh, wow.
Or it harmed the da'wah, right? An example. Now, my thing is, bro, if I see a weasel pop his head out, I come stamping him out, bruv. And that's how I'm...
game, innit? With the
hammer. Stamp him, man, out. Stamp him. I'm choking, man, out, bruv. Do you get me? I made it clear, bro. Anyone who behaves like that, you're not welcome around us. And you're not welcome around the brothers. Right? Any toxicity, anything like that, not welcome, bro.
That kind of thing is, what do the kids call it now? Aura. It reduces your aura. It brings your ratings down. It brings the ratings down, bro. You understand?
I'm not sure this question yet. Yeah. Is there ever a situation where someone can have too much good assumption, where it's like it's now becoming a negative, where it's like, bro, come on?
If there's evidence.
For example?
You can see there's qara'in, there's evidence, right? There's clear-cut evidence that this is not.
So you sound like you want to say something? Or you just say...
No, I was going to say, like, for example, like, you can't make an excuse for a person when you see them doing clearly the haram thing. Like, a guy's actually smoking a cigarette, you can't make an excuse for that.
He's not inhaling.
He's actually doing that.
But here's the thing, right? But that's not an assumption, though, right? Assumption by its word, assumption is different to evidence.
Yeah.
There's assumption and there's evidence.
There's a lack of evidence.
Right? Assumption is speculative, right?
Also, don't conflate assumption with judgment. That's not the same thing. I think perhaps that might be what you're saying, right? Which is that if somebody is actually doing something wrong, you should call them out on it. It may be perceived as negative. It may be seeming as like you're judging the guy, but that's not connected to, I have no idea what's actually going on. I'm just going to think badly of him anyway.
So you're saying the solution is just get your iman up. If you find yourself negatively assuming about people, it's a sign that your iman is not get it up, or are there actual practical steps that you can take to prevent it from happening?
Yeah, like for example, like just remembering the hadith and the ayat about how evil negative assumptions and backbiting is. Like when you hear, for example, the one who backbites, bro, it's literally like you're eating flesh of your dead brother's corpse. It's the same thing, right? It's not nice. It's not pretty, bro. You are a cannibal. You are a cannibal. Do you understand? These things really help. But I also think it's two-way. Number one is you get your iman up, be more conscious of what you're saying. But number two, and this is the one that really I think is the one that's techie, bro. Yeah? Because let's be honest, like, people backbite. People are going to slip up, make mistakes. This tongue, it moves. It's such a small muscle, but bruv, it moves. Do you get me? And sometimes it moves and you're not thinking. Do you understand? We've all fallen victim to that, some more than others, unfortunately. Right? Reminding myself first and foremost. But you know what's essential? It's for the guys around you, bro. The guys around you to pull you up on it. That right there is one of the things that I feel like will be a huge accomplishment, inshallah, if we instill that in these brothers. Which is, listen, don't stand for someone mentioning around you. Also, that's connected to your iman.
And there's a hadith about that as well, right? As if you're in a gathering, people just get up and leave.
As in, there's a hadith that mentions whoever protects his face, whoever guards his brother, Allah protects his face from the hellfire.
Is there not one that mentions if you're in a gathering and someone's backbiting?
Forgive me, I may not have come across the hadith, or maybe I forgot.
It may not even be a hadith, but thank you for assuming.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, you definitely get up the gathering. If you, like, there's the ayah.
With the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, somebody says, like, backbites about his Muslim brother, then you should say something good.
Yeah.
So, like, at least if someone's, like, complaining to this guy's like this, be like, you know, he's
May
a
Allah
lovely
bless
brother,
him.
man.
He's a very good brother.
Like, the other person can say that and remind the person, may like, you know, increase him in darajat.
Not just that helps to stop them from backbiting, but it also alleviates some of the animosity the guy might be feeling.
Yeah.
You know, if I got beef with Abu Bakr and I'm like, bro, he did this to me and did that, and you're like, bro, but he's, you know, you guys been friends a long time, he's a good brother. Like, it makes it easier for me to let that thing go. Do you get it?
Also, I was actually talking to one of the brothers, like, because when this thing happened, I've been kind of trying to take it seriously, right? This concept, when there's a problem, try to deal with it ASAP. Because the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, he said,
especially because we're trying to build a community,
right? And we cannot allow for it to
fester,
be broken. Yeah. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Ala ukhbirukum, shall I not inform you of an action that is greater in terms of ranks than salah, siyam, fasting, prayer, fasting, and charity?" And of course, we're not talking about the obligatory fasting here. We're talking about the, like, recommended. It's better than tarawih and just normal charity that you might give and work, fasting on Mondays and Thursdays. The Sahaba said, "Bala ya Rasulullah." The Prophet said, they said, "Absolutely ya Rasulullah, tell us." The Prophet said, "Islah dhat al-bayn." Okay, it's reconciling between the believers. When there's a problem, you reconcile. And the Prophet then he said, "Fasad dhat al-bayn hiya al-haliqa." The Prophet said that the corruption of the ties of brotherhood, when there's problems, when there's no reconciliation, when there's fitna between the brothers, the Prophet said it's haliqa, it's a shaver. It's a shaver. The Prophet said, and I'm not saying it's a shaver of hair. It doesn't shave the hair. The Prophet said, يَحْلِقُ الدِّينَ, or kama qal, it shaves your religion. It's something that shaves the religion. Do you understand? So when I'm hearing that it's happening, obviously I feel like it's an obligation to go chat to the brothers, right?
Yeah.
So even one brother I was chatting to, he was like, so-and-so said X, but I didn't act upon it. Like, I didn't act. So-and-so told me X about this brother. So-and-so made a claim about this brother, but I didn't act upon it.
I didn't do anything about it.
I said, you should have stamped it out there and then, bro. You should have stamped it out. You should have said to him, do you have proof? Do you have burhan?
Yeah.
Do you have evidence for what you're saying? And we know what evidence is. Evidence is not speculative. It's not conjecture, bro.
Yeah.
Evidence is evidence, bro.
It's also not circumstantial as well.
Say that again?
It's not circumstantial.
Yeah.
It can't be just, it looks like it's correlative. You know, it has to be.
It has to be evidence.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And okay, if not, then bro, you should have stamped it out there and then.
Yeah.
What was that dua? Because we were talking about this on the way back on the Righteous Rides, in that faulty Lamborghini, for the faulty suspension, faulty flipping gearbox.
I think I was wrong, by the way. I messaged the brother after and he was nice to me.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what was that dua that I mentioned that?
ربنا اغفر لنا. Go on.
Memorized 17 Juzz, so you read it.
ربنا, if I make a mistake, correct me. ربنا اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. I remember Ustad Yassin, he actually said to me, he said, Sheikh Salih Al-Usaymi used to advise him to read this dua in sujood all the time, which is, oh Allah, it's a dua for your brothers. Oh Allah, forgive those who came before us in Iman. Forgive my brothers in Iman. Forgive the Muslim brothers, right? and don't place in my heart any animosity towards the believers. You are the most kind, the most merciful. So yeah, and I'll tell you works, man. There's a couple people that I've had some really sad
Intense
fallouts with, intense fallouts. But this dua made it possible for me to not hate them. Hate is intense, but
Dislike.
the dua made it possible for me to carry on loving them.
Oh,
Hate is easy.
that's really sweet. Actually.
Yeah.
I know about it.
The dua made it possible for me to carry on loving them. So much so that I daydream about visiting them and kissing them on their forehead.
I know about it. That's the eyes.
The power of dua.
Yeah.
Allahu Barik.
Yeah.
Allahu Barik.
It's just there. It's there. It's a day, and
Right.
it's gonna.
I think another benefit for you guys to bring this up to the brothers, is that we.
Why we bring? You bring.
I don't mind bringing it
You
up.
bring it to the
That's
brothers.
fine.
You
I
got
don't have an
responsibility too, brother.
issue. I didn't know that. Apparently, I was. I say this thing. I think I stole it from my dad. I'm not sure. I might have stolen it from my dad. It's
Seems
funny. I
wrong.
called him the other day and I was like, "Listen, I use your quotes on podcasts all the time, and people don't know, and I'm not going to give you credit." And he was like, "All right, cool." But basically, so this is it. You are born into responsibilities that you didn't choose. You don't have a choice. You have to do it anyway.
Dad's a very wise man.
Sometimes I really think that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, bro, he's getting these one-liners, I'm not gonna lie.
Does he say them in Urdu?
Sometimes in Punjabi, sometimes in English, he just hit them off, bro.
What
What I'm saying is let me go back to my original point, which is that if our community is about masculinity, if that's a part of the set of values, then it makes sense to you just talk to people directly, innit? Don't talk about the guy. If you have the opportunity to talk to
Abbas,
him.
This is the thing that's jarring me as well. Because in so many situations when I've said, go talk to the brother directly.
Yeah.
Akhi, no.
But okay, let's break this down.
It's
Why? Why?
So some it's like,
Social anxiety?
bro, I don't know what it is, but I don't rate it.
Fear?
It's
Yeah.
definitely fair.
Okay.
Is it that like,
See,
if I speak to them, it will make it worse? Or is it that if I speak to them, it's no point, it's not going to fix the situation?
I think it's fair.
Or is it like, I want to avoid confrontation?
I think it's fair.
Fear of what?
Fair. Like if you can't do the time,
not being able to project an argument as well.
Not
See-
being able to?
Project an argument.
so you can't articulate in
They
the
can't
heat of the
articulate.
moment.
They
Okay,
struggle to articulate
that's
themselves.
that might be the only, because I was going to say that if it's fear, like actual, I'm worried about confrontation, that's antithetical to masculinity. Like that's like the crux of, I'm not trying to make it all
what does
about,
antithetical mean?
as in it's opposite, it's polar, they're opposing each other. These two things can't coexist. And the point I'm making, and I know I'm trying to make it into a, alpha male kind of thing, but as a male, as being in the masculine role, your job is confrontation. That's what when all else is removed, that's like, nobody's going to rely on anyone else to do this except you. No one's going to do your confrontations for you. So you kind of have to get used to that.
So I was reading this book, right, called Defining Moments. And at the end of the book, I can't remember the context, but I remember it made a point that really stood out to me.
Yeah.
And it was that there was a nurse who she was a palliative care nurse. She was taking care of people that were
About to die.
end of life support.
Oh, they were told they were about to die.
Yeah.
So only Allah knows who's about
Yeah,
to die.
of course, yeah. So they call it end of life care, right?
Yeah.
And she wrote a book about the top 5 regrets that people had looking back at their lives at that point. And one of the things was not saying things that they wish that they said.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So this is something that people are actually plagued with, which is just being able to be direct. And I know that it was something that I was plagued with for the majority of my life.
Same.
It's because of this I didn't sack people that deserve to be sacked. It's because of this I didn't get my rights. It's because of this that, so many things. Like, it was weird. When it came to da'wah and whatnot, and like forbidding the evil, it was easy, right? For the most part. But when it came to like personal dealings, like you just hold it in and it fosters hatred in your heart for the person. It breeds entitlement.
But how do you balance that with letting things slide? Because you also shouldn't
Yeah.
call someone out on every single negative
I mean,
characteristic or
my
every single
point-
thing that they do.
So my thing was this, yeah. I still let things slide. I prefer to let things slide. I genuinely till now don't like the confrontational thing, but
So what's your barbit? What's your principle?
I don't know if I have a clear-cut principle, maybe Abbas or something, you can shed light on that. But for me, it's more about this situation is something where there is going to be a harm if I don't talk to this person.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I look, is there going to be an actual harm? I remember the first time, there was that brother that we let go from the company.
I was going to say, one of how many hundred people
There
you're
was
talking
the
about?
one where I let him go, the first one. And I remember, and I was excited. I was like, bro, I was anxious. Like, the same way before I'd be anxious to talk to the guy, I was anxious. So I was anxious, so I'd like to have the conversation negatively. Now I was anxious to just sack him. Do you remember we were sitting in the car?
No.
How long
outside
ago?
Saudi?
Which year?
I don't want to mention
Oh,
anything.
yes. Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I got it.
That was a defining moment for me. That was a turning point where I was like, I have to. And bro, I mean, even now, till now, sometimes difficult conversations are hard. But there's so much fruit in having them, bro. There's so much fruit in having them.
Yeah.
And I can't lie, bro. I just like, for example, I used to find it weird to ask someone for an affiliate link.
Mhm.
So much so that I did a podcast with a brother who, as we're leaving the podcast, like, the podcast is great, probably going to get loads of sales, inshallah. I'm going to give him my affiliate link. And I was like, no.
Wait, you actually told him no?
I said, don't worry. Do you understand?
Who was that?
Tom.
Oh, okay.
Beat the name though.
Okay.
Beat the name.
Yeah,
But may Allah reward him,
I mean,
because he got back to me 2 months later and was like, here's your affiliate link, basically, or I'm making your affiliate link. And I was just like,
mashallah.
you know what I said?
Woodcock or the fillet?
Woodcock.
Oh, okay.
You know what I said to him?
What did you say?
Don't worry about it. But then I messaged him and I said, yo, the brother's offered an affiliate link.
Get it? But look, sometimes I feel like there is an element of, I don't necessarily see that as fear or like, that's just, I feel like sometimes if you're someone that's in a position where you're the one giving da'wah to people, I don't think it's appropriate for you to be, it's like, like,
But this wasn't that, it was business. And I
yeah. But I mean, like, for example, look with Sheikh Khalid, right? One time early on, I messaged him saying, oh yeah, Sheikh, payment for this month. He said, don't talk to me about money.
Yeah.
When you come to me, we're here for the deen, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Anything to do with money, it's Imran. But as in my point is, because obviously it's like, we've got a different relationship.
Yeah.
So I kind of get it. It's like, chat to the finance guy.
No, but
Chat to the guy dealing with it. I don't think that's running away from a difficult conversation.
No, I'm telling you, I was like in the sense where I've been in those situations. Like, I'll give you an example.
You just did. I feel like sometimes it is justified.
No, it wasn't in that one. There was nothing da'wah about that. It was pure business, bro. It was pure business. I've helped him do a podcast to help him promote his course and his program, right? For free.
People still see you as their like,
not him. I don't think he knew
Dawah
me.
daddy. As in like the older brother figure. Dawah bro. Dawah older bro.
Dawah daddy.
All right, let's pass by that one smoothly. No, I'll give you an example. There recently been, obviously, there's like, yeah, anyway, I don't want to dive in the point too long. But I'm telling you, I know myself. There's nothing, look, okay, shall I tell you why it's wrong?
Go on.
Shall I tell you why what you're saying is wrong?
Go on.
The Prophet ﷺ, his Sahaba went and they done ruqya, and they came back and asked the Prophet ﷺ if it was correct what they did. They read Fatiha, and they told the Prophet ﷺ, we took some, I think, sheep for this. And the Prophet ﷺ said it was fine and give my portion.
What's your point?
The Prophet ﷺ was, despite him being their teacher, it didn't prevent him from saying, give me my portion, give me my right, because he's the one who had taught them how to do that in the first place. Do you understand?
So your point is that it's okay to charge for it, or it's okay to, even if you're giving da'wah to people?
If I'm doing a business deal,
So
if
you're
I'm
doing
doing
a
a
business
transaction,
Yeah.
in fact, the scholars mentioned the reason why the Prophet ﷺ did that was to demonstrate to us the permissibility of, for example, charging for ruqya, but also in that you could take that the Prophet ﷺ himself is the one engaged in the transaction. And I'm not saying that, I don't know any other occurrence where the Prophet ﷺ did that. I'm not saying the Prophet ﷺ did that in every single situation of state. He probably did, may have let many times go, but there's nothing wrong with it.
I'll ask you guys a question. Yeah?
Yeah, go on.
Are there difficult conversations that you're avoiding having with yourself?
No, I don't think so.
I feel like you're quiet. You keep it real with yourself.
I really feel like I do. What are you, Abbas?
No, but I know why though. So earlier when we were speaking, I think, when you said if you backbite, you should stop, like something like that. I think it's fair to say that for a lot of people, and I know this because definitely I have this problem too, self-awareness is like half, maybe even more than half of the step for you to know that I'm actually doing something wrong here. You know, and I need to change this about myself. And I think that you can get larger than like, isn't, what do they call it?
Larger than life.
No, like when the output exceeds the input.
Diminishing returns?
No, the opposite. So to basically say that if you just focus on, let's call it that. If you just focus on self-awareness, you will get bigger returns on your behavior change than if you focus on the behavior itself. Does that make sense? For you to say, I shouldn't backbite. First, you have to find out, do you backbite? Who do you backbite the most? When do you backbite? Is it when you're upset? Like, you need to observe your own behavior, and you'll get more returns on your reducing your backbiting if you focus on that than if you just think, I shouldn't backbite. You're looking in the wrong place, basically. And I try to be as self-aware as I possibly can be. That's why the question you asked me, if I'm avoiding any hard conversations with myself, I think the answer is no, because I try to look inward as much as I can.
If you asked this question a couple of months ago, I might have said, yeah, but...
What was the conversation?
Rather not say, but...
I can't chow my bite. I can't... What's the bleep stuff here? Like, no,
people want to know, bro.
Oh, as long as you bleep it.
Oh, go on.
Wow. Wow. That, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I rate that. Can't tell you.
Okay, I love it.
Damn.
So yeah, it was a
Damn.
intense internal dialogue I had one day, I think after Fajr.
I think we had external dialogue that day as well.
Did we?
We spoke, we discussed this. Maybe not on that same day, but...
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to him for about 2 weeks, like...
Wow.
Like...
Turning that one over again.
A bit of an EQ,
Turn us up.
That is some serious self-awareness.
How does it feel when you have those kind of conversations with yourself?
I just said, Ya Allah, I just need help. I'm too much of a coward to fix this one, Ya Allah.
Oh, wow.
I was like, Ya Allah, I'm actually too much of a coward to fix this one.
That's a long back. Self-awareness 101.
Yeah. What about you?
What's the question again?
Are there difficult conversations that you avoid having with yourself, about yourself?
Not really, to be honest. Not really. I talk to myself a lot. I question myself a lot, to be honest.
So what are some of the difficult conversations?
I ask him, I say, why?
Why what?
This is why anything and everything. No, not really, to be honest.
What's an example of a recent difficult conversation that you had with yourself?
Bleeping out?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but...
Different reasons.
That as well, yeah. We're giving too much context to it.
But my situation is a bit different, obviously, because...
How long
yeah.
was this conversation?
This was somewhere around November, December time. Yeah. But yeah, it's like there were a few things
Some
I realized
healing has
and I
occurred.
tweaked them and I changed them. I read Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus.
Did you
I
actually
that
read
book
it?
Too, and I can't lie, that would...
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been telling man
Brothers
them
are
for
learning.
years.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The LGBT movement
Bro, we read it
has
together.
had that book suffocated.
Yeah, facts, bro. They've been shadow banning that book.
can't
lie.
Subhanallah.
That book
Keeping that
blew
one
my
in
mind. It was so simple.
so it was like the guy understood men and women.
No, forget men and women. It is with me.
Yeah.
I'm a...
Allah Vanik, honestly. So they were like, yeah. So
It's funny, bro. That book, LGBT, I was thinking this is the best book written on male-female relationships ever, right?
Yeah.
Like from the Kuffar. Why the hell is it not everywhere? Because there's no book better than this.
Yeah.
Bro, the LGBT, because he literally made it 2 genders.
Yeah. No, it's
Two
great.
sexes.
Excellent.
So
No, I was thinking after reading the book in December, I was like, if somebody could just do a sharh of this, it would be really good.
Oh, amazing. Well,
You
good
know?
idea.
From an Islamic perspective.
Coming up next on my podcast.
Child, my bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, generally speaking, though, but
What about you, Bakr? What?
I was going to do that as well. I was waiting because he was doing it, and I was like, you know what? He's going to take us somewhere else. Let's just.
We've got one last
let's just
question.
say
We've got 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
No, so no, answer
So
this one first.
what's the difficult conversation that you've been pushing away from yourself?
Conversations
Oh, there's more.
that I've been avoiding with myself. I feel like I'm in Abbas's camp in the sense that I'd like to think I'm quite self-aware. So I'm quite honest with myself. I don't really avoid conversation with myself.
No, you know what Abu Bakr does actually? It's true.
Last question before we wrap up, because you said 4 minutes ago. Given that obviously since Ramadan, it's been a year since we last did it, who knows when the next episode we're all going to be sitting together might be. What are your goals for the next year? Name 3 things you would like to achieve in the next year, and then hopefully we can come back to this episode in a year's time and hold ourselves to account and see whether or not we achieved it. We'll start on the right and we'll work our way around. Could be fitness, could be
This is the first year
wealth,
where
deen.
I didn't try to actively try and make goals. I don't even know if that's good or bad. But I was like, I'm kind of happy. Like, as in, I know what I'm doing. I'm like building a business, right? Which is a network for 7 to 9 figure Muslim entrepreneurs so they can connect and do deals together and serve this deen. I'm seeking knowledge. And I'm raising my kid. Like, those are the 3 main things. And it's like, when you're running a business, just look at the data every day and just keep tweaking, making it better. I know what my big goal is. Like, I want to build a lobby, right? A lobby of powerful Muslim and wealthy Muslims that can, use their influence as leverage to serve the Muslims. In terms of seeking knowledge, I know what I'm studying. I know the books that I need to study, where I need to get with that. I know what I want from my daughter, right? But in terms of in the next year, I decided to not do that this year. I don't know. Because I've got clarity on what I want to do. For me, I've always got shiny object syndrome. I've always jumped left, right, center. I'm like, no, I'm doing.
But even though you got clarity on what you need to do, but do you have a clarity of where that's going to lead you, or where you're trying to go towards?
Yeah, like I just told you, I got build a Muslim lobby, right? Like the rubric that I've placed for Islamic knowledge is, for example, to finish Ibn Taymiyyah, Ibn Qayyim's series, right? That's a rubric, innit? I'm not saying that means you've got to the end of knowledge, but that means obviously if you've got to that stage, you've done a lot, a significant amount. With my kid, trying to raise her to be a righteous slave of Allah Azza wa Jal, and some stuff connected to that, to be a good wife, to be a great wife one day. I think the Quran, that was inspirational. Allahumma barik.
So that strides that day, anyway.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that as well.
Yeah, guys, I'm happy to Quran. What?
I think by I'm worried now. Trying to buy, everyone's gonna have memorized on the slide. I'm just gonna be sitting there still stuck on the 16th. But would you call it also? Oh, okay. One thing that I'm also
What about health-wise?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Go on.
That like I've
Diet.
I'm gonna get cognitive behavioral therapy, basically CBT.
Well, this is a commitment now.
It's done. He's. Did you find anyone? I mean, it's my ear right there in the back. Yeah. You found someone? I mean, have you found a cognitive behavioral therapist yet?
Boy,
Look at that.
Imran.
You already scheduled? Oh wow.
Has the guy got experience? Because he's gonna need it for Imran, bro. He's gonna. Okay, good.
Oh really?
You're gonna put that. I'm telling you, that guy. You're gonna put him.
Yeah, 20 chicken. I told him. Tell him
brother.
my goal is only chicken.
Bro.
Crazy.
Allah's
some people don't know the context.
Bro, Allah is answering
my
my du'as with this.
Oh wow. You prayed with me? Thank you.
Saad, we've got 2 minutes left.
Bro, the chicken thing was one of my du'as.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I crying.
I was like, bro, this guy is never going to make no gains. If you're eating chicken, ya Allah, please put it in and put the chicken in it.
You're a good friend.
You know what's so funny? It's because you've had chicken so many times, you just don't know.
Bro, I know.
That's why he needs a CBT, bro. That's why he needs it.
Was I with you the other day and I was just like, let me eat the chicken?
No, never. Who me the other day when you bit into a samosa and you were like, actually, it's lamb. I'm pretty sure you said, yeah, it's lamb. You said, no, bro, it's chicken. Looked at it. I said, yeah, it's chicken. But I ordered lamb. Sorry, I thought I ordered lamb.
That's such a hilarious thing because that's a repeated story.
I was meant to order lamb.
That one, you can tell that one again multiple times, yeah.
But I eat it though.
Yeah. Go on. Nazzy, you didn't carry on eating it after you found out. You just took that one bite. You didn't split it out. Anyway, go on.
Again, like, I don't have any like specific written goals. I'm just trying to complete what I'm doing.
Which
So,
is,
for example, my Quran. So
you want to
my
finish the
aim is
Quran this year?
before Ramadan next year.
Before, okay.
Yeah, before Ramadan next year. And hopefully, just
Not bad.
have that
race is
one
on.
done, dusted. That's it. Get there before my kids. Race to the top.
And what about other areas? Health.
Other thing, yeah, health, man.
Business.
Honestly, my health has been mashed up recently. So,
What's the cause?
bro, so many things. But I don't know, man. I need to play a sport or something, bro. I don't really enjoy gym.
I really want to get into paddle.
I just want to play sport.
Paddle, I heard, like,
That's just sheep mentality, you know.
what is?
So all these Dubai man are playing paddle.
Why is that shit mentality?
Because it's just everyone's doing it now.
You know what?
So because everyone's
It's
doing
actually
it.
fun though.
But
Just because everyone's doing it, that means you don't do it. That sounds like a Mean Girls mentality.
no, actually, if you read the book Influence by Robert Cialdini, he teaches you to just be cognizant of all of these
Trends.
principles of social of influence. He calls them triggers.
But what if you like?
So he's like, for example, if you see everyone doing something, as in, it's true, right? If a bunch of people jump off a bridge, their friends will follow. Like, do you understand?
I mean, yeah, if you're base jumping, why not?
Huh?
If you're base jumping, why not?
I literally saw that happen on the yacht. You know that day when we did the yacht thing?
Yeah.
There were brothers that were petrified.
You know what? Time?
Two guys who did not know how
They
to swim,
Swap the set.
and they jumped into the water. They didn't know how to swim.
Sick.
From the top of a yacht, they jumped into the water, and one of them started drowning.
No, he actually drowned.
He started drowning,
drowning.
and Ziri had to go into this.
No way. Zaria
course.
had to do a life save
Of
on
course,
that
bro.
one. That's mad.
And that's my thing. Is that that's the power of social mentality, social proof, innit?
yeah.
So I'm always like,
the guy-
So he
he
actually didn't know how to
couldn't
swim and he jumped into the sea.
of two dons.
They neither of them knew how to swim. Did I get invited to that?
I think you
This
did.
was
bro.
like a year ago. This was in the.
it's 2 years ago.
You know what I mean? What's going on, bro?
It's 2 years ago, bro.
Numan's coming.
Oh,
I'm coming.
broski.
Subhanallah.
You were flying out the country every month that year.
Subhanallah. Okay.
moment in Japan.
Yeah.
What about business?
Where's my invite to Japan?
Business.
We'll go.
business.
Go.
I have specific goals.
Which are? What's your content goal this year?
My content goal.
Content goal.
Why'd you ask that question?
You've been slacking.
We're getting real
I'll be slacking as well. I've got content goals.
Just want to make sure we're doing everything.
Nah, look, alhamdulillah, I
I
recently...
ain't released a video on my channel for flipping a year now.
No, alhamdulillah, to be honest, my biggest problem when it comes to recording content is just not having a cameraman, yeah? And... huh? I'll let the people know I don't have money for it.
No, bro, that's mad.
No.
What you just said. I don't know if I agree with that. No,
No,
since we're getting real,
I'll tell you why.
go on.
I'll tell you why.
My time is.
Only for the purpose of, because I have to do a lot of long form content,
Okay.
right? And short form content,
Okay.
and I have to create all of that. And because with the Arabic language and things related to Quran, it requires a lot of research.
Uh-huh.
If I have to be the person that's also recording, researching, editing, it will take up a lot of my time because that's not all that I do. I have multiple other things to do. So I just found myself a person to come and do the recording for me and edit for me. That takes away a lot of the burden.
No, but if
You
that
need a
now, can you
TA.
see how now you've got multiple layers of complexity? Because what if that guy's not free, or if he's sick, or if he gets another job,
No,
or his camera breaks, or his
I-
car breaks down? Now your content is going to suffer because of the constraints of another whole person. Do you see what I mean? I feel like recording, you should cross that hurdle on your own, and then editing, I can see, you know,
No, 'cause
you want to offload that one makes sense.
No,
but you
but-
can record just of your own.
The only reason why I disagree with you is because I have been recording for the past couple of years. I have. But now that I've seen that the lack of consistency is because of this little hurdle that I have. And I know previously when I had this problem as well, when I did have a cameraman, I was doing a lot of content. And the moment that cameraman went,
I don't
You know,
think
for the sake of brevity,
I don't think-
I'm going to agree to disagree.
I don't
You
think
So we'll talk about it later.
We can carry on after this podcast. Just very quickly, Abbas, 3 goals.
Okay, every Muslim should have 4 goals every year. Okay, tight.
Oh, okay.
Tight.
Never mind.
Every Muslim should have 4 goals every year: health, wealth, relationships, deen. You send to them around this. Every year, I have to level up health. I have to level up wealth. I have to level up relationships. I have to level up deen.
So what are your goals?
You're gonna know what that is if you just give it some time, think about it. What's my health goal? What's my relationship goal? But you have to make it work in accordance to your lifestyle. Meaning, if you've never trained before ever. You're not going to bench 5 plates that year. I'm sorry to tell you, you're not going to bench 5 plates that year. Okay? Just let that dream go. Okay? Maybe that's the next year's dream, next year's goal.
5 plates is 100 on each side.
No, yeah. 220. People can bench that.
On
Natural.
each side.
Yeah.
That's mad.
But yeah, that won't happen in your first year. Okay? That's not going to happen in your first year. Just if it happens first year, Natty, please message me, bro. You don't know, but your talent. Anyways. Yeah.
I'll be your manager.
Yeah, I'll get stuff patterned for you. Okay. For myself, health, I'll just put it out there. I'll just say, inshallah, got some good gym. I've been quite consistent with gym last 6-8 months. Alhamdulillah. Gonna keep going with that. Level up my lifts, my flexibility as well. That's really important. I want to take up some kind of extracurricular sport-based activity that's outside of the gym.
You're doing paddle?
I'm on doing paddle. I don't have an issue with
Calm, as long as you vlog it then.
Yeah, no, that's fine with me. I want to take up, so that's my, let's say that's my health goal.
The herd mentality got to me.
Cool. Let's say that's my health goal. Wealth, I want to be, I want my time to be disconnected from Sunnah. Okay, so I'll still be obviously a part of the project, I'll still be leading and stuff, but I want to make sure that a lot of these things are separated. Relationships, bro, it would be so nice if I could get my parents to move to Dubai within the year. That would benefit my parent-son relationship immensely. Because, I read this book, where it was, I can't remember exactly where it was mentioned, but it was like, if you know in the last year how many times you've seen your parents and you figure out average life expectancy, like for example, he's born 1967, so he's 58 years old, right? So I know that if he's going to live to 80, for example, or let's say 90 or whatever, something like that, and I only see him once or twice a year, that means I'm going to see him 40 or 50 times, right? That's not sitting well with me. So if I could get them to move here, that'd be nice. They don't have any like major responsibilities left there anyway, so they might as well come here. That's my relationship one. Deen one, I'm not going to mention because it stays sincere. If you don't mention
we can cut it out.
Okay. So
we'll keep it.
I want to have 365 days of salah in the masjid, not one missed. If I could get that,
5 salah.
Yeah, bro. I heard from, I don't know if it was Ali al-Madini, but he said, I prayed for not one time in 40 years did I see the back of a man in the salah.
Front row.
Do you know how insane that is? Do you know how crazy that is? And then I think of real life versions of that. Like, Yasser, I was talking to him. Yasser's never missed a salah before.
In the masjid?
In his life.
Ever. No, I mean, not in the masjid, but I mean, in his life ever. He's never missed one salah. From the point that he had to pray.
He never overslept.
He's never overslept. Bro, one time he told me, he was like, I was in the hospital because I was sick. And I didn't have time. I didn't have the strength to make wudu. So I prayed with my eyes. I was like, brother, you're putting life into me, bro. You're putting motivation into my bloodstream, bro.
Stad Yasser.
No, I don't know if you'll be happy with me to mention that. So you might want to cut that one out. Okay, you guys got a family relationship.
I'm going to mention it.
Yasser, I'm sorry.
Our brother-in-law.
Barakallahu feek. Hopefully you guys benefited from this episode. I hope you guys are ready for Ramadan. Go back to reading your Quran. As you know, the month of Ramadan is the month of the Quran, so make sure you read as much as possible. With that said, we'll end it here. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.